Hello again, Keith Loki back with another challenge video. In this one we're gonna be doing another tiny parts challenge, even though we've already done a few of them, but this one requires us we're gonna do the hard mode. Or maybe even the hardcore mode, depending on how much Delta V we can get. We have to go to we have to use only tiny, so 0.625 meters with any size command pod, it doesn't matter which one. And we have to get to a planet or moon and get back. We might just do the hard one, which is Minimus or Mun, or we can go straight to, say, Duna's moon, or just to Duna. And one second, I need to look through it a little bit more to verify. We need to double check to see if we need to get to land on the planet or just go there. It'll just be a second while I continue looking through this. Hmm. Yeah, it doesn't seem we have to land, but I'm going to go ahead and land on Minimus. So, here is this. We're going to go ahead and throw a parachute on this. And the... Oh, shoot. I forgot. Okay, it will just be a second while I re-add all the squad parts to this freaking one. I was doing some modding with this. I'm making a... What is it? I started a new mod pack called Resource in a Can. And it's pretty much exactly what it sounds like. You get a mining rig that's just a small little resource pack with yes, for it you have a central core. Yes, do that for, wait, no, cancel. Did I cancel? Copy, paste. Yes, do that for the next. But what it does is you have a central core that has 4 attachment points, and then there's triangle. Can you ever see this error? Okay, we're gonna have to exit out of KSP and reload in. Okay, so delete that folder, copy, no, cancel, copy, paste. But yeah, the mod is it has 4 attachment points in the core for 4 triangle sliced parts. I don't have it in there or in this game right now, and it's only 2 parts are fully coded into the game, not graphically done, but in there. And actually the only part is a battery, so it works, but the doors don't open yet. I only started it about 2 days ago, so I deleted a ton of the parts from this stock game so it could load quicker, but it means that I have to reload or re-add everything. But so far I did a ton of idea work over all last night, probably about 2 to 3 pages of just simple drawings and a bunch of text explaining to myself how the part will function, how the part will look, the type of graphics on it, what will be texture and what will be actual polygons. But what I mainly want to do is you send this little tiny package to another planet, and it lands on the planet, starts a small mining operation. This thing would be useless if you had life support on because it's very low efficiency. It's mainly like you send it first with a probe, it lands, starts harvesting, then you can say you want to set up a base there. You can send small craft there with, like, say, the life support stuff, actually, if you do have life support, and then you can save weight by, say, you come there, refuel, and instead of having to carry fuel with you, or obviously refuel, but instead of having to carry that extra weight of fuel, you can carry extra supplies, and then when you drop off those supplies, you can then refuel your vehicle from a smaller base till you get a more permanent option on it. It's something I just want to have work with the other resource mods like Keythane, which I haven't heard much about, and then Rover Dude stuff. I don't want it to be a new resource like be all end all. I just want it to be like something you get before you get the normal resources. There we go, we got everything back. So this is gonna be our top stage. Okay. Now what we want to do, we're gonna set up something structural. Then we need engine mount, no. So that, then, okay, that's not big enough. I need a good edge. Okay. Now we want to put that should be good. How much thrust do we get from that? So that's enough to return to Kerbin. We'll go ahead and brace that because that's going to be very weak. Then from there we want another decoupler stage. That will get us to the next planet and landed, to Minimus. Okay. Where is the decoupler? I'm trying to remember correctly if there's... Like, I don't think the... Hey, actually, these are small enough to be considered parts for this challenge, so we just need power enough to supply this. Let's actually check Minimus 4.1. Okay, we're gonna leave that as that, and then so near vacuum this thing has a decent thrust at full mass, but how much does each of these use? At full it requires 8.74. We have from the solar panels we just put on there 1.6 per second. So that's not going to be enough. What other solar panels do we have in stock? That's if they're even installed properly, because it's with the thing I did, it might have actually broke some stuff. Okay, we'll add... No, I just want 4. Okay, we're going to have to... No, we don't have any option. That should be fine. Yeah, that should be fine. A little more than enough electric charge for this then. Okay, so that's set up. Do we have any really thin? Okay, no we don't. ISP is that. They have 250, 16. Yeah, this is gonna be a bit of a weird freaking design. Wait. Oh no, we'll keep that. This thing's gonna have a high part count though. Now, so we have... That should be in its own stage. Oh no, come on. Okay. That gives us 9.3. We need to go back to Kerbin's setting. So that doesn't have enough thrust to weight ratio. So what we'll do is throw more of those on here. Where are these? They're there. .59. So we need to stop. What's going on? There we go. Move these. Okay, no. Take you off also. One point. 5.3. 9.8. Shoot. Okay, so below that stage, we're going to put another stage. This whole thing is going to be terribly laggy. But we don't really have much option. Like, we're already up to 198 parts. So get ready for a really long flight. At least for the takeoff stage. Okay, so we want to bring all of these in together. See if we can get enough thrust to weight ratio. No, we cannot. That brings it up another probably 20 points. Okay, that should be enough if we're lucky. Okay, so we now need to strut this thing up, because if we don't, it's gonna go everywhere. Because this is a stock game and I removed all other mods except for the Kerbal Engineer and the squad folder. Okay. First test to see if this works. We should have enough fuel for the journey and the journey back. Okay. Test 1. Probably more than enough reaction wheel control. Save. Launch. We have 406 parts, so it's going to be a long flight. As long as the thing doesn't decimate itself. Which it likely might. Come on. Okay, revert back to vehicle something. I might have screwed something up. Do we not have enough thrust to weight ratio? That's what I'm concerned about. Don't crash. It might crash. Yeah, we're just shy of our required thrust to weight ratio. Okay, perfect. And we're also going to strut up a little bit more. That should be good. I just hope. Let's move these over a little bit, because we don't want them pushing on the other layer. And we should have enough thrust from the ion engines in case we don't get to full orbit. We have more than enough electric charge, I know that. 8 of those, 200 electric charge per second as long as we're in the view of the sun, but we should have put batteries on this. It's having trouble loading. Let's speed up time just a little bit. Oh, so much freaking lag. Okay, we're gonna have to do this at normal speed, because if I go too far up, it's gonna cause the whole ship to crumple in on itself. This should get us up to... I don't even know how far this is gonna get us up to. But as soon as we drop it, we're losing about... What's the part count on this part? No, vessel. Where's the part count? We're losing half the part count as soon as we drop this part. Meaning we'll get better friggin... Okay, get off my screen. We'll be losing a lot. We'll be down to under 200 parts. We'll still probably have a bit of issues. But damn, this is going to take a while. I'm still in the process of compiling that both-way flight vehicle. God, that challenge just was frustrating trying to land. I was not pleased by that. It was cool doing it because I got to do more plane stuff, because it's nice to be able to figure out more on that. Like, I think there's going to be a lot more space plane stuff, because the next colony videos, I recorded a few of them yesterday. I actually figured out space planes, so I think Monday we'll have information on it, but I'm not 100% sure. It might be not till the day after. What are wrong with... Why are these engines lower? Oh, there might be a different amount of fuel. That's actually... No, it looks like, yeah, February 29th we'll have video for the space plane. Okay, I'm kind of nervous right now, because we're not really gaining much height. We still do have a 1000 delta V because it's going so slowly, but I'm worried we're not going to get much over. Oof, this is just taking so long. Like, we're only so far off the launch pad. We're like halfway through our fuel right now. Oof. It's just such a slow flight. Just wondering why they're... Is it like the outer engines that are low? There might be like another layer to the inner stage. Maybe. Oh no, it's because the inner stage isn't using these. Ah, I should have put some in there to even out the or balance it out. If I don't, we might not have any thrust to weight ratio after these empty. We don't know. We'll see what happens. We are gaining speed. Let's see what happens to the thrust to weight ratio. Yeah, we'll need to Revert to vehicle assembly. That's a slight issue. We'll rectify that by, we'll take the Twitch engine on this one up here and move it to the inside. Perfect. So that will then balance this all out, meaning we don't have to worry about the inner engine being slower while the outer engines drain really quickly. Because having a third fuel left in the center stage means we have to lug up the outer ring of tanks, which is not going to be good for us. And it'll mean we'll shed the center stage quicker and get lighter quicker too. Wait, what button I... What's the hotkey to close engineer? Let's see if we can just put it on 2 times speed. It's like 3 seconds every second, so that physics warp is really taking a toll. Yeah, if we're lucky, this will shed a lot more weight, a lot quicker, meaning this stage will work out better. Hopefully. Because, what was it, we had like 3,000, 4,000 feet, and we only had 100 meters per second of thrust? Or 100 meters per second of speed. I think I'm just going to go for the hard mode. Let's actually double check the website. Go to any moon and planet and get back. Yeah, we're just going to go for the hard mode. Just because to send another craft up like this into orbit with more parts would just be insane. Like, we maybe, well, I'll jump back to see if we can actually design something that's lighter. Because hell, we could probably just throw an ion drive on it and be fine. Okay, so we are at thrust to weight ratio of 1.41. We're getting there. Shouldn't be too much longer. For this stage, we have 780 left. We're going faster than we were on the last flight. Whoa, whoa, whoa. I'm gonna just wait for rolling over. Well, we'll just let that roll like that for a little bit. Just so we can get a little bit of, what is our horizontal velocity? Yeah, we need a little bit of horizontal speed, because we mainly have vertical speed right now. I don't want to end up with a craft that's going to be really hard with the next... Well, the next stage has a lot of gimbaling. It's the one good thing about having all these engines. We have a ton of gimbal. Meaning we don't have to worry about this craft losing, or going out of control. Too much, at least. The upper stages will be probably a little bit harder. I'm actually surprised how little this weighs. We did burn off a fair bit of fuel, but still. We probably hit about 300 to 400 meters thrust. We're 2 minutes in now. The struts really helped with it's one thing I'm not used to without joint reinforcements. I never use struts. Pretty much very rarely in like the colony. You've probably not even seen me use struts once in the whole. I think we're on episode 29 as of last Friday. Yeah, I believe 29. Like, I don't think I've used struts once. Let's quick save just to be safe. So that dropped us down to 174 parts, which means we'll probably be fine. And those all separated nicely. We have a thrust to weight ratio of 150, which isn't too bad. We're going to start rolling over a little bit. This craft is a little bit finicky. Also, I did a little bit of tweaking to the fuel hatch for the asteroid recycling tech, so we might actually be able to go back to the asteroid. I'm not 100% sure on that yet, but in a week or two you might start seeing episodes where I'm up there again, but it might just be for storage. I altered the fuel hatch to, like, currently it only has storage for, or it's only set for storage for liquid fuel, oxidizer, xenon gas, and carbonite. I added all the other options, except for a select few like mulch, liquid hydrogen, or there's like 20 different stuff on that. It's pretty much anything that fits in the containers except for mulch and ore, which are the main ones. So it's going to be now a viable option again. I'm most likely just going to fill it with material kits, mainly because, like, right now it has storage for 1,000,000 liquid fuel, 1,000,000 carbonite, and 1,000,000 oxidizer, and still has a couple, I think it's like 2 billion room in it. So not having all those other options was just ridiculous. So now with those other options, it means I can just pump it full of material kits, set up a few more supply bases, and then I can just pump it full of supplies too, meaning I can set up easier stuff out there. And if need be, I'm probably just gonna keep Kerbals down on the planet, and then when I need to start producing ships, I'll bring them up there instead of having a permanent crew. Ooh. If we're lucky, we're going to get high enough. If we're not lucky, then we're going to have problems. Come on. Come on. I just need to go over 70 meters. Or 70 kilometers. Okay, we need to wait till we are in a vacuum. Do you have no gimbal? No. Okay, we're gonna go ahead and reload that quick save. Shoot. I did not mean to do that. I didn't realize we were already on the ion drives. That was weird. Don't know why that happened, but okay. But yeah, I'll probably have the builder crew back on the base so they can keep the efficiency up of most of the parts, and then when needed I'll send them up there to the asteroid base because it's very little fuel and all that to get them up there. And I just remembered what mod I was going to get. Cryo mod. It's a mod that allows you to cryo sleep. Instead of having your Kerbals eat all this food when you're doing nothing but transiting, you can use I forget the name of the resource, but it's a resource that allows you to freeze your Kerbals in little pods. That means they don't do anything at all. You can't use them all out. You need a probe, core, and electric charge, or a Kerbal that's awake to pilot the ship, but all the other ones can be asleep and not use any supplies. So I'm going to start using that on my journeys to Minimus to save on space and weight. Like, replace supplies with those cryopods. At least, I think. It depends on how much weight they have for them. And also, tomorrow I'm going to be starting a new series for Kerbal Space Program called, or using the Engineer Tech Tree in a career mode. Just because I felt like doing a career mode play instead of just solid sandbox. Like, sandbox is fun and all, but I want to be able to have to worry a little bit about money, but it's going to be, I think I set it up so it's like 1.5 times cash instead of just normal, because I don't want to end up having video upon video or between videos of me just grinding, which would end up being boring for me and anyone watching. Come on. If we're lucky... Oh no, we don't have enough. There we go. No, 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 no. So now we are light enough to not have to worry about, damn, those issues that we've been having. Now we just gotta see if we can get to a suitable orbit. I'm gonna Control L lock. Do we have enough electric charge? Yeah, we have more than enough electric charge for this. But we might need to actually move up here to get us out of the atmosphere. No, 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 no. What are you doing? What are you doing? Oh, shoot. Why aren't the solar panels registering anymore? Yeah, they should be fine. Okay, no, we're gonna have to reload the last save because we did not get far enough out in the atmosphere. Come on. Oh yeah, I locked. Come on, unlock. We're just gonna aim for 90 and just leave it there. Because the further out of the atmosphere we go, the better chance we have of having enough time to use the ion engines. Because the ion engines are not suited for atmospheric flight. Unless you do a really, 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 really light craft. Because right now they only have 0.2 thrust in the atmosphere. And I don't think we're going to have actually enough electric charge to do full thrust, so we're going to need as much time as we can to thrust towards where we need to go. And those will fall back to Earth with no grace. Where's the sun? Oh yeah, it's straight above us. That sucks. Okay. Shit. Yeah, I don't think this design is gonna work. Yeah, we're gonna have to redesign this again. Yeah, actually, we're not doing terribly. You might have enough time for it. I highly doubt it, but maybe. Let's see how this turns out. No, it doesn't look like we will, because we're falling back to the atmosphere already. Okay, we're gonna go ahead and aim straight up. Okay. We're gonna have to go back to the Space Center. I'll be right back. Sorry about that. Didn't think this was going to take so long. I just had to use the washroom. So that craft is not going to work. Let's try this again. Let's load. Don't save. Load test. Come on, load. Now we want to ditch every stage below this and that stage. What we're going to do is they don't allow side attach. Now I don't know if these are considered valid parts, but they are small parts. I know that. Wait, I'm confused completely now. Just give me a second. Yeah, I see other people using these girders. Using girders and yeah, I don't think there's actually issue with certain options. Okay, so that should be fine. I just need to find something that allows me to attach to it. Well, those aren't valid options. That isn't a valid option. Actually, okay, no, that isn't a valid option either. Where is there? No, that would have been a mod that added that. Okay, so we need something that 4. Then we're gonna also strut these up so they don't screw up on me, and throw 4 of those on. At minimus, this should have enough thrust to land. Compact. So we want to go back to Kerbin now. Go back to Kerbin. Compact. So that's 2000 delta V. So that should be enough to get us there and back. Let's actually throw on these on here. So yeah, that should be more than enough when we're in orbit. Now, let's throw... Yeah, that's a ton of friggin' thrust. Now, we just need... Let's throw on small rechargeable batteries. Just for good measure. And then we also need these Gigantor solar panels. So that gives us 3.7, which is enough to get a fair distance around the universe. Well, not around the universe, but around Kerbin's Sphere of Influence. Now, need to lock the screen so I don't go off it again. 89. Now. Oh, why does it do that? What are these? Oh, move those off. Move you down here. You up there. You up there. So that's... Damn it, I hate how it does that. It gets stuck. So, we want to then... What did I see another monitor player do? Say, okay, so take these off, and we're gonna up the amount of fuel in there. Okay, now we need to joint these up, and then what we're gonna do is create a massive amount of small boosters, like these Separatrons. Where are they? 22, 43. Like, we're gonna have them throw us as friggin' as high as they friggin' can. As quickly as possible. Oh yeah, I forgot I could just do this. We're gonna quickly double check that this doesn't destroy us before we continue on, because I don't want to end up doing all this and then finding out, oh, you're going way too fast for this launch. Oh, damn it, just spilled some wine. Okay, that might work, but we're gonna do multiple stages. Which, this is just gonna get insanely just ridiculous really quickly, so bear with me. We also are going to want to strut it up. Get strutting. No, I need 4. There. Now, put another layer of decouplers, and grab. And grab. Oh, shoot, really? You're gonna play me like that? Oh, shit. Okay, we're just gonna do it, create them manually. That sucks. No, stop. If we're lucky, this shouldn't take too long. But we're only going to do 2 layers. And why are you being put in there? No, you're your own freaking stage. That's so freaking annoying. Sometimes the automatic staging options just irritates me to no end. Like, you shouldn't be doing this. You should be going into your own personal stage. You're separated by a decoupler. God damn you. Last. Okay, so there we go. Now, if we're lucky, there we go. No, too much. What is our park count at? 294, so we're not going too far. Not as far as the last one. Okay, now we need to strut those ones. Strut our stuff. And might as well also do it up here, just for good measure. And then we are going to want to put on some fins, because if this thing goes insane again, we don't want to have to deal with too much insanity. Because it will most likely go insane again. Okay, test 2. What do we have? Let's just test this out. This video is probably going to end up being over an hour. But it's all in good fun. I'm going to grab a chip though. Sorry about that. So let us get up a little bit. Because if I do this too soon, we're going to actually end up burning up in the atmosphere. Because this thing... So that upped our speed a fair bit. Meaning we might be able to get to orbit with these 2 top stages. Hopefully. I can't guarantee anything. We might have to go back and do more stuff. Actually, this might not be enough fuel. Ooh, that squish. That physics squish. Yeah, we're gonna have to go back to vehicle assembly. We don't have enough thrust. I could do a Juno engine stage, but no, we won't do that. Let's see. Okay, that might be insane. Yeah, let's just try it. Worst case scenario, we die. Not that worst case of a scenario. Best case scenario, something cool happens. Something horribly, horribly cool. Oh god. This is gonna be scary. Because I don't know what all the engine stages are, because some of them could be completely somewhere else. Hey, that's fun actually. Come on. There's no sound because it's just too much. Holy hell. Okay, we need to go back and redesign that. I didn't think this was going to take so long. It's just like the last video, though. I didn't think that was going to take so long. Okay, let's remove you. And you. And you. Take you off also. What we're going to do is copy this. Put a mini I-beam right there. There we go. No, I want to quadruple it. Come on, settle. Oh god. This is not going to go well. As long as I strut everything up, it should be fine, but oh god. Okay. We're at 718 parts. So this thing's gonna load like cold molasses on a hot or a cold day. Like molasses on a cold day, not cold molasses on a cold day. That doesn't make any sense. Okay. So, test 3. Ooh, this is gonna be interesting. Oh, frig. Okay. Turn on SAS. Come on. Turn on SAS. It's not loaded yet, I guess. There we go. Now it's loaded. Turn on SAS. If we're lucky, we'll stay on target. If we're not lucky, we won't stay on target. We're up to 200 some. Okay, no, we need to go back and get some wings on this. If we don't put wings on it, we're not going to be able to fly right. We're just going to keep falling over. Slowly, but quickly actually, but the time warp's causing us issues. Let's do the time warp again. Oh, goddamn. And all this just to get to goddamn Minimus. Like, I'm going overboard with this. That's all I want to do is just go to Minimus with really tiny parts. So we got all our wings now. Save. 746 parts. Half of it is in the bottom stage, and then the other half is probably in the top stage. Oh, God. Fun, fun. Okay. This is a monstrosity. It takes like 15 seconds to load. Let's just let it stop bouncing first, because we don't want it to carry that momentum on when it's flying. You good? You're almost there. Saddle. It's good. Thrust to weight ratio is at like 7. We're most likely going to drop this stage, wait till it bleeds off all the thrust it gave us, and then shoot the next one, because I don't want to burn up in the atmosphere. And this one's staying on target too, because we all those fins also. Okay. We'll wait till we get to about 50 meters per second. This should get us up to about 2,000. Maybe 2,500. These Separatrons are just insane with the amount you can pack on here. Like, we're still only at 40 kilograms, or 40,000, or 40 tons. 40 kilograms. Okay. We're coming up on the point where we're going to launch the second set of Separatrons. Fucking 12 of them. 12 groups of I don't know how many. It freaking crushes it. Oh, we're up to 11 Gs. Okay. We need to bring this back to center. Let's hope that this has enough thrust to push us. Now it's only got us up to 10,000, so that might not be the best course of action. Yeah, I really don't think that's the best course of action. It's awesome to see, but not the best. Yeah, we're gonna probably have to redesign again, which sucks, but it's part of being a space program with limits of small parts. At least we're going back up. Actually, this might be the one that we can do it on. Let's turn, see if how close we are to. Oh yeah, we're right on prograde, or right on the eastern orbit. Ooh. Forgot we don't have joint reinforcement. What's our orbital velocity? We're doing pretty good for orbital. Okay, we're down to 12 tons. And then we have these four. They should be able to supply us enough thrust away rate. No, they only had 0.8, 88. And we're out of the physics range of those other parts, so... Yeah, we're gonna have to do a redesign. Okay, back to vehicle assembly. So I like the top two stages. They relatively work. Simple as that. They relatively work. Not awesomely, but they'll be useful. Problem is this mess down here that's not gonna work. Like, what's the ISP of those? Yeah, they have no ISP, so they're not gonna actually function good enough for us to use them. Okay. Okay, I didn't grab the decoupler with them. That gives us... Okay, that didn't... Yeah, that's one thing I hate about copying and pasting stuff, is it doesn't always want to function correctly. Okay, so this one's down here. Wait, why is there... 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I don't understand that. 3 by 3, 12. I'm confused by that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 20. Each of those has 3, so we should have... Okay, 3 and 3, so that's 6. We should have... What the... So that's 12 right there. Okay, we're just not even going to question it. Screw it. So that's part way there. Now, what other small engines do we have? Let's go to shitty ISP. Okay, no. No, that's not going to work either. That's too much. We're going to grab this and bring it up to that stage to bring its thrust to weight ratio up. We have here decouple this. Then we want to grab these and this. That brings its thrust to weight ratio up, so that means we can actually increase the amount of fuel that is up here. Okay. We're actually going to redesign the bottom half. Okay. Now there's another craft I saw on the forum posts that has, what did they have for separation? Okay. So I don't think there's actually rules on what separators you can use. It's just tanks and engines. So what I'm going to do is, so does that doesn't have enough thrust to weight ratio. So we'll go ahead and take off those engines, put that on. Still shitty thrust to weight ratio. Where the hell is that little nose cone? Okay, there we go. Throw those 4 here. Brings it up 8 to 8.5. And I think they get fuel from the center or from the other tanks. But what we'll do, we'll move all those for now at least. Well, no. We'll put there. So the upper stage is 1,000. This is 900. So now we want radial decouplers. And let's see, 680, 680. Oh, no, stop. 558. Okay, so what we're gonna do is, excuse me. So with this, we can put these here. Brings it up to 91. But by the time these start thrusting, they're going to be partly empty, so that will bring it up to the full thrust. But on top of that, we can then go ahead and put these on here, which means we have to readjust everything. So that brings it up to 10, a fair bit. As long as we have enough, we just need to get to space. That's the main thing we need. As soon as we get to space, we're good. So what I'm going to do is we're going to pipe this into here, this into here, this into here, and this into here. So this engine will be giving, or this engine will be using that fuel, this engine will be using that fuel, this engine will be using that fuel, but they'll all be pumping into here if I'm correct. I could be completely wrong on that fact, but we'll see what happens. This probably is going to end up being my longest video to date. I don't mind though. It's Sunday, and I did want to record some other stuff, but I already got enough footage for next week. So let's have fun. I'm also going to write down the time, because I doubt the person who posted the challenge is going to want to watch this whole video. So I'm just going to post the time that the flight starts, and then they can look at it and just like, yep, you did it, good for you. Sorry about the sound, I'm just closing the chip bag, I don't want stale chips. So we have a fair bit of thrust. Shoot. It's doing what I didn't want it to do. Okay, we're just going to see how this pans out. Because what I wanted to do was pipe everything towards the center level, but it's doing the furthest out tank dies before this next and next and next and next. So we're going to be carrying all this extra weight that we don't need. Weird. We should still have the same amount of thrust, but our thrust to weight ratio is going to be going down with every single tank that empties. Like right now we're probably going to drop, how much do we drop? Ooh, that's a fair bit to drop, so that means the lower stages are going to be Oh, they're not going to have enough room to drop. How much layers do we have left? We still have 2 layers left. Yeah, okay, we're going to have to go back. Turn to vehicle assembly. Pour myself another glass of wine to deal with the stress of this. Okay. So what we're going to do then is we're going to set up all those tanks to decouple. So we need to go to the furthest in stage and then decoupler. We're going to do a crappy version of asparagus staging. A really, really crappy version of asparagus staging. Hey, actually. Perfect. Like omega crappy. No, we need to bring you down just a bit more. Just enough to peek over, but yeah, that should work. Oh yeah, I need another decoupler. Okay, we can actually alter this so it connects better. Okay, so you need to go up just a little bit, just a tad. Because I just want, like, this is going to equal out to what we wanted to do before. Yeah, so this one's not going to be able to pump correctly. So what we'll do is pump it to that tank. So this mess of freaking fuel lines is going to be our asparagus staging. It's still going to look ugly as crap, but it's an ugly ship, but it's my ship. So this should... Whoa, no, 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 no. Okay, we need to actually figure out which is which. So we have... These are the outer ones. Inner ones, too far in. That's that stage. That stage. Okay, so we should be good. Oh wait, we still need to pipe these ones into that main stage. If everything works out correctly. Okay, let's see. So all these engines are on the outside. Let's see. 1, 2, 3. What's these ones here? So yeah, we need to move these down, because if they're up there, they're pointless. So, because everything's piped into these engines, without those being piped in, it's just a waste of time. Now, what is this? Stage 7. Stage 7. What happens at stage 7? Because we have like a little bit of delta V at stage 7. Okay, that must just be a glitch. Like, okay, stage 7 separates. Okay, let's see. And stage 7 is that one. This is that stage. Okay. Now on to this. It's taking a lot longer than I thought it was gonna, but it's entertaining. For me, I don't know about you guys, but it's fun for me. Because usually I just fly big crafts and there's no real... As you see in the colony one, it's just I don't really design the crafts to be... Ooh. Whoa! And it destroyed from only 52 tons. That is surprising. I have not seen that happen. But what we're going to do then is... I don't know if we should use the stabilizers or struts. Let's use stabilizers. Give it a nice berth to start flying, because I don't know how well this is going to fly. We do have a really good thrust to weight ratio, though. Ah, wine. Wait a minute. Yeah, I screwed up. The piping doesn't make any sense now. Back to vehicle assembly. The way I set up the staging means the piping is... everything's going to pump into the center, but the problem is with the way I have the pipe set up now, or the way I have the staging set up, it means I have to pipe to the next layer of tanks. So yeah, that's how it should be set up. We gain an extra 300 delta V from that. Yeah, that's where I screwed up. And every tank we drop, the more thrust to weight ratio we should be getting. With the other design, I just added a ton of extra decouplers that held no purpose. Come on. Oh, goddamn. If this stays bent too much, I'm gonna have to go and redesign again. It's most likely I just need to add supports from here to here, because it's all bowing in this way. Like, this outer stuff is stable, it's just the inner stuff that's not. So we're going to be dropping the first outer stage in a couple of seconds. Then we need to drop that outer stage in a couple more seconds. I really start to, damn it, I need to start learning how to do asparagus staging. It's another thing that's a skill that I have not grasped yet, but it really does help with delta V and all that. So I'll have to start learning that. Like, this is kind of like it, but it's more of a, I think, onion staging. Yeah, onion staging. Layer by layer by layer. Well, asparagus is you have this layer, then this layer, then this layer, and then in, and then this layer, and then this layer, and then in. It's another thing that I need to grasp. We got a good thrust to weight ratio. We're down to our last two external stages. I decided to just keel over just a tiny bit, because we want a little bit of vertical velocity. Surface. Or not vertical, horizontal velocity. Because that means we have more time at the peak of our ballistic arc to thrust sideways. Tilt over just a bit more. With the last stage, we're just going to tilt over fully. Because we're pretty much, well, we'll go to 90 right now. We still have two more stages before the ion drives. The ion drives are going to be the ones that are going to be the issue. Because if we don't have enough fuel for the ion drives, or enough thrust to weight ratio for the ion drives, like in space and in the vacuum of this atmosphere, we're fine. If we're still in the atmosphere with the ion drives, we're screwed. Excuse me. Whew. Okay, we're on the last stage now of to get us to orbit. That worked a lot better than I thought it was gonna. We have a bit of monopropellant. I should have ditched the monopropellant because we don't need it. Good to have it, but we don't need it. Okay, we want to get at least 270k. I don't know what that sound glitch is. Like, we have a ton of fuel in these tanks, actually. So we're up to 62. I'm gonna guess 113 for this flight. 69. Hey. We're gonna bring it up to 80, just to be safe. We'll quick save here. At a nice safe area where we can have a bit of time to reorientate ourselves. Let's keel over. Okay, so we should be good with this stage. As long as the ion lander lands how I think it should land, we should be fine. I'm just going to have to land on the bright side of the planet. I don't want to land on the dark side because that's a terrible freaking idea. But we'll have more than enough delta V to land, or get there, land, fly back. We'll come down with the solar panels and everything to use as material to defend us from the heating. Yeah, we have enough delta V to do this maneuver also. I'm just going to stay right at prograde. We have 3 times the needed electrical charge at full sun exposure, so we have enough to do this. Let's wait till we get a little bit closer to the tip of our apo. Ooh, I'm getting hiccups. One thing, we're going to have to actually wait for a chance to maneuver in the sun for the ion drives, because if we do it anywhere else, we're just going to run out of power right away and not be able to finish our maneuver. There. We are in freaking orbit. So, with that, that means we have done the easy mode. So, we're done with the first stage. So, we're not in a terrible situation. Oh, shoot, I forgot about that. So, we're going to have to thrust from this side. Add maneuver. 12 days. Let's start thrusting. Problem is, we're not going to have the ability to do it in this maneuver. It's going to take us 6 minutes to finish this maneuver. We'll wait till... Oh, you can just faintly hear the music. I was wondering where the music went. It might be loud for you guys. I might have turned down my volume by accident. Okay. We're going to go ahead and stop the engines now. Remove this node and set up another node. Because we're going to have to do a few orbits. We're going to want to get as close as humanly possible. Well, kerbally possible. Okay. We're going to start thrusting at 3 minutes. I'm seriously surprised we finally got into orbit. It took us an hour and a half to do that. Ugh. I've never had something take so long. It's rewarding, but damn, that took so freaking long. Bring us up to 3 minutes. Okay, I still have a little bit of liquid left. I was worried I was going to run out before. Okay. So we have 5 minutes of thrusting left for this. And we should get an encounter with Minimus. If not, then we're going to have issues. The main issue we're going to have is trying to land, because I'm not used to landing with these. We are a very light craft. Like, currently, we are... How much weight? Where's the information for weight? Thrust, mass. We're only about 5 tons. If we're lucky, we will have enough time to finish this maneuver. I don't think we will, actually, because we are moving quickly to the dark side of the planet. Once we fall behind, I will we'll keep thrusting till a minute, and then we'll redo the maneuver again. Because right now, since we're pretty far past the maneuver, it is going to take a weird turn. Actually, and we still have tons of delta V left. Shit. Okay, let's go to retrograde. I want to get nice and close. Okay, we're good enough right there. We're going to quick save. And for our landing, we're going to land on the bright side of the planet, not on the dark side. Damn, this video is going to be long. Like, well, that's moving over there. I'm going to double check on that. Sunday, Feb 28th. Yeah, I completely forgot to start the compiling of the two pieces from the prior video together. By now, they would have been done compiling into one video, and I could have posted it, but we're doing this right now. Oh shoot, we're like... Add maneuver. Where's Minimus? Where are you? There you are. You little green ball. We want to get in a nice equatorial orbit. There we go. That should be equatorial. But I freaked it up. Add maneuver. Or did I freak it up? No, it just... because of the angle of it went all buggy. There we go. Perfect. So we need to do a 17-second burn. No, don't aim for that anymore. Aim for the goddamn target. One mod I am going to be looking into in a little while is instead of Kerbal Space Program, I'm going to look into Lathe, Eve, or Duna Space Program. It's a mod that allows you to move the KSC to any of those 3 planets instead of starting on Kerbin. meaning with Eve you have a harder time getting out of orbit. With Lathe, it's really easy to get out of orbit because it's a lot smaller gravity, and with Duna, you can't use jet engines, but it's easier to get out of orbit than Kerbit. Oof, excuse me. Each of them have their pros and cons. Lathe mainly is a good one because it has. It's not the main planet. Jewel is its main planet. Well, not really a planet. It's a gas giant, but it will allow you to have a lot more science in that sphere of influence. Well, Kerbin only has 2. It has. Let's actually double check that. Where's Jewel? Like Jewel right now. Let's focus view. Like where Val Lathe. So you'd be in Lathe. Solar panels would not work very well, which sucks, but you have Val, Tylo, Bop, and Pole. Most of them are on a relatively equatorial orbit, so they're easy to encounter with. 2 different planets, and then you have these 2 other ones, and if you want to risk it, you can also go and try and fly Jewel, which with Jewel it's not terribly difficult. I haven't really been there, but it's just you can't land. If you try to land, you're just going to end up falling to a point where you get crushed by the... It's like the sun, except instead of heat, it's pressure, which generates heat. You know what I mean. If you're watching this video, you most likely know what I mean, because you're playing Kerbal Space Program. As one of my buddies said, I learned more about physics from Kerbal Space Program than, or no, more about orbital dynamics from Kerbal Space Program than I did from a university grade physics class. So we need to get into orbit, and then we need to move closer. At about, I'd say, a minute out from it, we will start thrusting against the planet. Actually, we'll do it at 2 to 3 minutes out, because that's a lot of delta V to burn off. We'll do it at 2. Perfect. Go to the retrograde, motherfucker. Where's the sun at? Do we have enough power? Decent, we do. I'll probably end up landing on one of these sites. Okay. Come on. Like around Minimus, the thrust to weight ratio is a lot less of an issue. Like right now, when we were around Kerbin, we had a 0.2. Around Minimus, we have a 4.4. So our thrust to weight ratio has increased 20-fold. That's all because Minimus has such a low gravity. I guess green desserts just weigh a lot less. Come on, move into position and start thrusting again. Just want to get in a nice, there we go. Okay. So we just need to land, that's it. Oof. It's bitter. So we're going to have issues with power on this side. Okay. No, stop. Now. Like at full thrust, we're dropping a fair bit. So we'll autosave again, because we can save ourselves at this speed and all that. Gonna retract panels just to be safe, at least 2 of them, because we don't want to end up with no power because they got broken. 2 of them should be able to supply us. Yeah, they can supply us with enough power. That's 24. If we're going to supply 3. So 2 of them has a total of 48. 4 of them is 36. So as long as they're at about 75%, we are good. Yeah, they're at 77%, meaning we're well within our range of required power. Depending on how well this goes, I might actually end up doing mainly ion thrusters for Minimus-based missions. But with that, the ion thrusters require a lot more work, mainly because you have to keep a better eye on what you're doing. Actually, let's extend those again, because I don't want to run out of power and lose complete control of this craft. So we're slowing down, slowly. We're slowing slowly. Okay. We should end up landing right about here. We're going to just completely stop. Sorry, it's my nose. Just completely stop in midair and start falling down. And we're going to try and keep as best of a control over our rate of descent as possible. We want to slowly fall, because we're still 2,000 feet up. Once we get to about 500, I'll crank this engine up a little bit, but right now it's pretty much, it's slowing us down enough. Weird thought I actually had today. With my with taxes coming out soon, I'm probably gonna get a fair bit back because of being in school. I'm planning on getting a tablet, drawing tablet. I'm wondering if there's a way I could use the drawing tablet, like have the pen as everything selected, like activating stages, engines, all those parts, and have the scroll wheel on the tablet as the thrust control. I was thinking of maybe trying to get it to function as a controller or something, and maybe trying to play with it. Because I've seen videos online of people playing with like what was it? Someone playing Dark Souls with a Guitar Hero controller, which I was like, no, that can't be freaking done. You must be freaking bullshitting us. But it looked like he did it. I could be wrong. It could be false. But it was just interesting seeing him play with a Guitar Hero controller. I don't even know if it was Dark Souls. It might have been something else, but he was playing some game with it. Let's just stop engine completely. I always love doing these challenges because you learn quite a bit from doing them. It's like I've recommended to so many people that play Kerbal Space Program, do the Caveman Challenge. It teaches you to be frugal with your craft. Teaches the limits and the bonuses to certain parts. Like I learned that SRBs, if you're very limited on what you can do, they're a horrible thing to use. Well, not horrible. It's just, if you want to go far distance, don't use them. Use staging with different engines. We're up to like a minute or an hour 40 now. Damn, this is taking longer than I thought it was gonna. Let's bring you down just a little bit so I can relax in the chair. Okay, so we want to slow ourselves down a fair bit because I don't want to have to worry about solar panels breaking. Perfect. So we have landed on Minimus. We've made it to a moon. So that's the medium challenge. We could try the hardcore challenge, but I just don't want to put myself through that torture. We are going to do the hard challenge, though. Plant flag. MSP, Miniature Space Program. Now time to bring Jeb back. Come on, RCS. No, 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 no. Don't break that solar panel. So help me God. I will kill you so many times over. I will make you live a never-ending death, Jeb. Well, you already technically do live a never-ending death. Happen to deal with all my flights, which usually don't work out, and then you show up again, which is quite strange on your part. So now we are going to get out of this place. So we dropped a flag down. We are now on our way back to Kerbin. If we're lucky, we'll be able to do this fine. Oh, that was just a graphical glitch. Okay, so there's Kerbin. We just need to get out of these. Ooh, I'm actually coming towards that freaking mountain. So, there we go. Now we just need to get to the Apo, raise our parry, then leave the planet's sphere of influence and head out back to Kerbin. And that will be completion of the hard level of this. And we still have... We could probably revisit this and try again to get to another planet, but that is going to be a long, long video. Well, considering we got into orbit after an hour and 15 minutes of trying, getting to another planet sphere of influence and then landing on, say, Duna's moon or Eve's moon wouldn't actually be that hard. It's something I'll look into. It might be in next Saturday or Sunday's challenge video. Okay, I need to wait till I get to about here. Because I was really glad to find actually these two challenges. The first one was simple. I thought this one was also going to be simple, but the massive amount of rework I had to put in into this design just to get it to orbit. Oh, that's what it is. It's this key. Didn't realize that. And we still have a ton of xenon gas left. We're probably going to end up with probably about 1,500 Delta V left when we head back to Kerbin. Meaning, with proper planning and all that, we could get an encounter with another planet, go there, land on one of its moons, leave that moon's sphere of influence, the planet's sphere of influence, and then leave the sun's sphere of influence into Kerbin's sphere of influence, and be fine. But not in this video. Come on. I wouldn't mind landing back at the KSC, but I don't think I'll be able to efficiently do that. Come on. Just a little bit further. So we just need to bring down our orbit to a level that's suitable for landing at Kerbin. 30, 20, 10, 5, I never really use ion drives, so I'm not used to their thrust to weight ratio or anything involving them. It's just Whoa, why is our thrust to weight ratio at 750? It doesn't make any sense at all. That's just freaking weird. I think it's because we're at the highest point of the orbit, meaning we have a lot more energy, or I don't know. Some reason that's causing it. I don't know what it is, but whatever. So we're down to 600 kilometers. And the moon wants to take us out for a ride. So we're going to actually use the moon as a slowing mechanism. Because right now we'd have to slow ourselves down from the height of that orbit there. Well, if we use the moon, we can actually bring ourselves down about half of it. Perfect. It did bring up our parry about 100 kilometers, but it brought down our APO about half, maybe more. We just got to bring that down to 1,000. Now the hardest part with this might be landing. We do have an ablator on this, and I know the ablator, the pod, and this parachute, they're light enough to land with their current setup. But the main problem is everything else. Like, we could come back to the planet. Actually, no, with the maneuver I'm doing, we won't come back to the planet with a lot of speed. Because I am going to be destroying that speed with the ion engine. There we go, the thrust to weight ratio is back. But we are still thrusting at a very... Oh, we're at the dark side of the planet. I'm gonna wait till the batteries start recharging and then we'll thrust. Well, actually, we're gonna aim for the radial. I want something that brings up the height, because we're gonna have to bring the two orbits over. Why are you coming up? Okay, no. We're gonna bring you down and then we'll bring this over. Because right now that doesn't make any sense. We should be dragging the two orbits this way, not this way, which isn't dragging, it's expanding them. Problem is our lowest point is behind the planet. Let's actually raise the orbit. We have enough delta V left to do this stuff. We're gonna have to, because we're in a really precarious situation. We do have enough fuel for us. We have 1,700, almost 1,800 delta V left. So we have the stuff to do these maneuvers. But the problem is we don't have the friggin' power to do it. I wish I threw an RTG on this, because then I could just use the RTG to do this stuff, but let's move over a little bit. There we go. We just want to bring this down. Okay. As long as this keeps coming down, this is going to go up. This is going to take a little bit of time. I could do a whole maneuver inside the atmosphere, but I don't want to have to deal with, oh, look, you just destroyed all the solar panels that were helping you fly. As long as this stays up. Where's the... Stop it. We'll keep thrusting till this hits 100. No matter what goes on. We're down to 1400 now. Delta V. If I was better at orbital maneuvers, I could have came in at on the other side of the planet, with this being the dark side of the planet, and been fine, but I'm never good at orbital maneuvers. Okay. Stop. Okay, so we're gonna warp around again. If we had life support on right now, Jeb would be dead. Bring that up to about 150 again. This will be dragged down along with it. We still have 1,000 Delta V left. And we're out of power. This is just so frustrating. Like, I wish I threw a few RTGs on this. Like, it would have helped a bit. But even then, it would have been pretty rough doing all these maneuvers. Okay, we're just going to bring this down, and then when we get up to that point, we'll bring this side up again, so we're not in the atmosphere. Actually, if we're lucky, we might be able to bring that over to the other side. Bring a friggin'... We're at 48 days in flight, so Jeb is probably not freaking pleased. Bring it up to 150. At 150, we have more than enough room to do all our maneuvers. We're not under... Oh, we are under acceleration. There we go. Now, we want to go for the prograde. Because we are relatively close. We're bringing this closer and closer to the point where we still have power. But sooner or later, we're just going to have to say screw it and go into the atmosphere at the point where it's the point of no return. And this is starting to move the other way again, which sucks. Okay, yeah, I think we're at the point where we're just going to have to say screw it and go into the atmosphere. Before I start thrusting, I will quick save, which is always a good choice. We'll drop into a 65k orbit, maybe even less than that, 60k. And let the air resistance slow down this a little bit. Because if we do like 2 or 3 orbits, we might be able to bring ourselves to the point where we're not going to get torn apart by wind shear, pretty much. So this is being brought down still also. Well, as quickly as that. Now, there we go. we're actually going to pull in 3 out of 4 solar panels, because if one gets ripped off, we still have the other 3, which is more than enough to supply them. If we get 2 ripped off, we still have a fair bit of fuel left. If freaking 3 gets ripped off, we have enough fuel to maybe do 50%. Well, they require 8 electrical charge on average at 100, a little bit more than that actually. And we have enough for 24, so we could drop them down to about 60-70% and still be able to use them as long as we had 100% on the power. So the best bet would we would be able to do about 100 or no 50% of full thrust. Damn, we're almost up to 2 hours now. It's heating up. What is our heat at? Surface. Radiation flux. Our temperature is going down. Hottest temperature, actually no, our temperature is going up. But our hottest temperature is going up. Our hottest skin temperature is going down. Our critical skin temperature is going down. Critical temperature is also going down. It's because we're leaving the atmosphere now. And I lost a bit of delta V, or not delta V, a bit of momentum. So that has let it tilt towards the sun fully. Let that come down from us getting the last bit of energy out of the sun. Okay, we are now in the atmosphere using just an ion drive. Okay, so we're gonna leave that solar panel out till we get to a full area of electric charge, because we're gonna need this 450 to get back to the land, or where we land. There's no specific site that we're gonna land, but it's best to have that full frigging exposure. It's so quiet in the game now. I hate that there's no sound in the atmosphere. There's the sound of engines, but the ion drives don't have engines. Settings. There we go. So we're going to let this take the brunt of the damage. The ablator isn't even they'll heat up and break off very quickly. A little bit worried about that. We lost, I believe, the solar panel. Yeah. First part, another solar panel. Another solar panel. All 4 solar panels are gone. Next thing is probably going to go is one of those tanks. I'm really surprised those aren't heating up. What's our hottest part right now? Xeoncanator. It's only slowly heating up. That's so strange. Like, really, we should be really heating up. Quick save just to be safe. Our temperature is going up, but we have a bit of radiation flux. Okay, I think I realized why I turned down ambience too. Yeah, that's okay. I think it's ambience that is the thing that's causing it to be so damn loud. Yeah. So we're still heating up, albeit frickin' slowly. I'm gonna decouple shit. Just see what happens. Nothing, to be honest. Our blader is finally starting to take the brunt of some heat. It's actually interesting. Our radiation is going up and our convection flux is going down. Like, the heat shield is cooling right now, but it is because we're going slower. You can hear the heating effect slowing down. Like, I could have taken this whole thing to the ground with, well, I don't know if I could take it to the ground with me, because it might have actually been too much weight. Right now, we only weigh 1.2 tons. How close are we to the ground? 13K. So we'll wait till about 4K. I really need to start adding lights to shit. Because right now it'd be cool to see all this crap, but... And we're out of electric charge. Oh, shit. I really hope the parachute still opens. If not, worst case scenario, I can get fucking Jebediah to climb out and freaking grab that shit. Not much farther. Now we're dropping speed at a steady pace. 140, 130. Yeah, they're gone. So, we have done... Whoa! Damn, motherfucker. So we've completed this challenge, pretty much. As soon as they land, which they're going to land fine, they're only at 6, and the heat shield has a very high crash tolerance. Whew. Sorry about the yawn. But it has a very high crash tolerance. God damn it. Crash tolerance. There we go. Along with the command pod also having a very high crash tolerance. So we don't have any problem with them being destroyed when they land. Why am I not going down anymore? Oh, it's because we're landed. But we've recovered the craft. Meaning we are done with this challenge. 2 hours and 5 minutes later, we have completed a light craft challenge. But I thank you for watching. If you liked the video, leave a like. If you disliked the video, leave a dislike and a comment. I'd love to hear from you. If you want to see future updates by me, go ahead and subscribe to the channel. I update pretty much 6 days out of the week, Monday to Saturday, and today is Sunday, so I'm updating on Sunday this week. Sunday and sometimes Saturdays is random. So you might not get a video, you might get a video. But I thank you for watching. I'm Keith Loki, and you have a good night.